I'm going to make this short and sweet. Well, I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. I'm trying out some different things for our video recording and for our uploading because we've been having a really hard time with our internet service or technology in general. And it's really been kicking our tail, and that's why we've not had any videos uploaded lately. The one video we did upload literally took me several hours to get done. So we're going to try some different stuff, and I'm just going to give you a quick little update of what's going on here on the homestead today and try to get this wrapped up so that maybe I can actually get it edited and ready to upload tonight, and maybe, God willing and the tide don't rise, it'll be loaded up to YouTube overnight and be ready for y'all to watch first thing tomorrow morning. Well, y'all may as well see some of the cutest little things I have ever seen. These little ducks have they're just so cute. But I tell you what, they are the biggest chickens I ever met. They are such little scaredy ducks. Such little scaredy ducks. So we're going to change that. I'm getting some little heavy duty metal wire, like 14 gauge or whatever, that's in colors, 5 different ones, so that I can make a little bracelet for each of them, and it'll just be a little coil that'll go around their legs so it can spread open a little farther as they get bigger, so I can keep track of who's who, because right now I haven't the first clue. They look exactly the same, and I want to make sure and socialize each and every one of them the same amount, so we'll be getting that taken care of real soon. And then the newest addition to the Sullivan family homestead are these little Brahma chicks, and I mean to tell y'all, these are probably my favorite so far to date. They are so sweet and so kind and so mild-mannered, and they're not scaredy cats at all. They like to be picked up. They like to be loved on. I had a hold of them the other day when we brought them home, and I had one in each hand, and I was just using my thumb to kind of caress the top of their heads, you know, just saying hi and I love you already. And the darkest one over here in the corner, right there, she was enjoying it so much that her little head just started falling back farther and farther and farther because she's going to sleep. Isn't that cute? They're so, so sweet. I just love them already. And so, in thinking of names, I think we've decided to go with Cagney and Lacey. So, we've modified our brooding area, brooding closet, whatever, just a little bit. Whoops, sorry. As you can see, we've got the brooder tank still set up, and we've got the heat lamp turned to the side just a little bit because the ducks don't seem to want so much of the heat, and the chicks still need it. So they're propped up a little bit so that they're tall enough, and I have the thermometer sitting in there, and they're sitting right at 90 degrees, which is where they need to be. So they're happy and healthy. The ducks are happy and healthy. Mama's happy because this is still in the guest room and still totally closed off, as you can tell. The curtains not only keep the dust down, which was a horrible problem in the office, but it also keeps the heat in that space. I mean, the difference between that side of the curtain versus this side of the curtain is phenomenal. So we could leave the door open if we wanted to, but you see who insists on being right there close. And I don't want any issues because this isn't a space that I'm in all day long. I'm down here multiple times a day checking on them and visiting with them and everything, but I'm not down here to supervise if Layla happened to get in here by herself. So we keep the door closed to keep her out, just to keep everybody safe. Come on, Layla. Let's go. I'm definitely liking having the brooder down in the guest room because if you guys remember, the dust was a huge issue for me. I mean, it was terrible. So we've moved them down there, and until the girls come home to visit, there isn't anybody in there anyway. So that being said, it's the perfect spot. Another thing that's been going on around here, of course, is that it's springtime and it's planting season. And the garden has been plowed up and tilled and looks absolutely amazing. And we've got things started planting, and we'll be doing a lot more planting, well, very soon. So y'all have to stay tuned for that. So far, I've still got, you remember the giant watermelon and the pumpkin? They're doing wonderfully, and they are so ready to go into the ground. April 15th is technically our last frost date. So I'm thinking that I'll wait until then to put them in the ground. They're a bit early anyway, so it's not going to hurt anything for them to wait a little bit longer. I've got tomato seedlings that I need to get separated into pots. I've got a cucumber. I've got peppers. So in the greenhouse, I have the beefsteak tomatoes that I've separated the seedlings and put each of them into their own separate pots. And those pots will be big enough to last until they're ready to go into the ground. And I've got 36 of them. I'm not sure that I'm going to plant all of them here myself. I may take some of the plants and barter them for something else. Because that's just the beefsteak tomatoes. I have Homestead tomatoes and Roma and cherry tomatoes in the seedling pots in the window. So I'm gonna have tomatoes coming out of my ears. While I do want a lot of the tomatoes, I want to do some canning this year, not just with diced, with chunked, with tomato sauce, with tomato juice, but I want to make some salsa also. And I know that I'm going to use up a lot of tomatoes, but I'm figuring that I have 36 beefsteak tomatoes. I know that I've got pretty close to that amount for the Homestead. I have probably close to 30 Roma and cherry tomatoes also. Y'all, that's over 100 plants. I don't need that many. I don't need that many. So you'll have to stay tuned and see if we trade them out, or maybe even we'll sell a few. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. We've got our strawberries in the ground. The potatoes are in the ground. I have sweet potatoes in the window. I don't know if you can see. I need to clean the windows, but there we go. We're growing some sweet potato slips so that we can get those planted. I want to say around Memorial Day is when we'll do that. So we'll see how that goes also. This will be our first time ever planting sweet potatoes, so I'm really excited to see how that goes too. What are we putting in the ground this year? We're probably a little bit overzealous for our first garden here in East Tennessee, but it's a small variety of things that we eat all the time. So we've got some carrots, we've got a couple varieties of peppers, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, lettuce, bush beans and pole beans. I want to see which I like better. And then we've got some 2 different varieties. Holy mackerel, y'all hear that? Wow. Thinking it's not close enough to be worried about, but holy mackerel. Anyway, what was I saying? I got distracted. We have a few different varieties of peppers, and I've got 2 different varieties of peas also. I've got a snap pea and a shelling pea. So we'll see how that goes. So once again, I'm trying to figure out which we like better. So I think that's about it. We're going to plant some corn. I'm not sure how much space I'm actually going to have for corn this year. which is unfortunate because we really like corn. But Matthew has promised that if the garden goes well this year, I can double the length of it next year. So, my goodness. Generally, I don't worry about gunshots going off out in the background. We're out in the country, and there's a lot of folks that like to do target practice with their shotguns and their rifles and whatnot, but that sounded big. That's a little interesting. Anyway, moving along. You know, we were so worried about the garden being nothing but clay and rock. And it turns out that this must have been right about the end of the cow pasture for the old family back in the day. Because when we dug this up, I really and truly was expecting to find nothing but clay and rock, because not 50 feet away, we've dug a hole and it was nothing but clay and rock. And so imagine our surprise when our friends come over and they plowed it up, and it's this beautiful, gorgeous planting soil. So ripe and ready for us to get to work, and it's just wonderful. There were literally 2 rocks in the whole thing, and both of them were smaller than the palm of my hand. So it was absolutely wonderful. And on top of that, there's not a stitch of clay to be found. Good stuff. Okay, so back over there, you can see the raised beds that we've set up. There are 8 of them. We've got our potatoes in there. We've got our strawberries in there. And I'm really excited to see how that does, because I've not done the raised beds like this before, and certainly not with potatoes. So, but I've been seeing a lot of videos from y'all who have done it before, and it looks fabulous. So I've taken your advice, and that's what we've done. So we're really excited about that. I want to show you guys also the house that we've been building for the ducks. They're too little to come outside, and obviously they'll be too little for a little while. But, you know, it's nice to actually get it made ahead of schedule and not have to worry about rushing for it. So, whoops, let me come back up here. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So, Gunner, come here, buddy. As you can see, the hole is plenty big enough for a grown duck. And this was actually just 4 pallets, and we took a couple of other pallets apart and made the fill-in spaces there. And so this is all 4 sides so far, and then we've got the boards here, some of the boards that we'll be using to make the roof. And I think Matthew's just planning on pitching it down at one angle so that that it lets water run off, and that'll be hinged up here on this side so that we can access and check it in, because obviously I'm not crawling through that hole, and I'm pretty sure he isn't either. In fact, I have a picture, I'll post it. I have a picture of him standing inside the box with his head looking out the window. My goodness, those people are really starting to make me a little nervous. Okay, see, there we go. And I would say that it's big enough the dogs could squeeze through there if they wanted to. But they better not, or I'll kick the butt. As you can see, it's a beautifully overcast and cloudy day. It's actually really warm and cozy outside. I mean, I wouldn't say it's really warm, but it's warm anyways. I'm out here in capris and a t-shirt, so, you know, it's nice. Matthew found this this little garden pond at work the other day, and he brought it home, and so it's probably not going to go here, because the more I think about it, the more I think if it stays here, then the ducks will stay here too. And you see how close it is to my porch, and I'd really rather the ducks not poop all over my porch. I mean, I don't care if they're sitting on the porch, if they're visiting, but I don't really want them pooping on the porch. So that's probably not going to stay there. What is actually going to be here though is an herb garden. And so that's the next step that we're going to be working towards, is having an herb garden. Hi guys, what doing? What doing? Are y'all ready to go back inside? Come on, come on, let's go. Layla had to check out one more thing before we go. She's just like a child. Wait, 1 second, one more thing. Just one more thing, Mom. Come on, Layla. Come on, guys. Let's go inside. Layla, Gunner, in the house. Good job. Just like children. Just got to get their attention while they're playing. Come on. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Sit. Sit. Good job. Good job, Layla. Sit, dude. Good job. Good job. Oh, he's still learning. He's the deviant child. So, we walked up this ramp, and I gotta talk about it for just a second. I love the idea that it was already here. You know, when we get old and decrepit and we can't climb the stairs anymore, I feel good knowing there's already a ramp here, and it works, and it's fabulous. What I don't understand, because look, here's the deck, and then the back door, right? So that you get an idea. What I don't understand is why the ramp goes this way, and then squares up really nice, which I actually like, but then goes this way, out into the middle of our backyard. It's strange, right? That's not just me. It seems to me that if the driveway is there, that instead of the ramp going that way, it would come across, come out here and go that way, right? I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? I don't know, it's strange. Come on, Layla. You guys have noticed that we've not been online lately, or at least we've not been making YouTube videos lately. And the thing is, we actually have made a few videos, but I've been having a hard time getting them uploaded. Our internet has been janky, to say the least, and it takes forever. The last video that we posted the other day literally took 4.5 hours to upload. That's not counting the processing time to get the video squared away to be ready to upload. That's literally just the upload time. The processing time took just as long. So we're looking at literally all day to put together one small 3 or 4 minute video that goes on YouTube. If I did a 15-minute video like I've done before, it would take forever, and then close to the end of uploading, the system would say that it's failed to upload, and it would make me crazy. So that's what was happening, and we've called out the internet company, and they've taken a look, and they replaced the modem, and it's supposed to be wonderful, it's great, blah de blah de blah. But it wasn't this way a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, I could get a video together, I could get it produced, I could get it uploaded, and bam, it was fine. It did take a couple of hours to get uploaded, but I've never had trouble with the videos canceling themselves out or whatever it is that's going on. So I'm not really sure what the deal is, but I'm going to try a few different things because we really want to get these videos out to you guys, but I cannot let my computer be tied up all day or all night long and then turn around and find out that the video canceled itself, because that's devastating. I don't want to say devastating. Devastating is a horrible word. It's not devastating. A hurricane coming through and wiping out houses is devastating. But this is just disappointing. Okay? It's disappointing. So while I'm on the subject of devastating versus disappointing, I want to talk to you guys a little about something that I've been seeing a lot of lately. I don't normally get so serious and kind of psychobabble on these videos. I don't normally talk about things that aren't related directly to the homestead or what's going on with us personally. But I want to talk about this because it seems to be becoming an epidemic. Yeah, it's an epidemic. How many times have we seen, heard, or said ourselves how horrible things are going today? How horrible our day is, how much bad stuff has been going on, how bad things are, how miserable we are, how horrible we have it, how crappy life is. Any number of 1,000 different variations of that same basic thought. I've said it. You know, in the last month and a half, we've said it quite a bit, actually. You know, between my uncle passing away and Matt's grandpa passing away within a couple of weeks of each other, it's been really hard. And, you know, our daughters are moving away from home, and I've not seen them, the older two, in a while now. A year, actually. So, you know, it's just, things are tough. You know, and money is always tough for a lot of folks, and it's been tough for us too. And there have been a lot of life changes, and, you know, I could go on and on and on. I'm not gonna. Here's my reason for bringing it up. You know, I know that probably every single one of us have heard our mom say, it could always be worse. Or your mama, or your dad, or your friend, or your neighbor, or the lady that goes to church with you, or whoever. You've all heard somebody say, it could always be worse. That's the truth. That's the truth. Do you guys know, and I know you do, but we have so many things. We have so much going for us here in the United States especially, and I'm not going to speak for other countries because I don't know, but we have so many luxuries, so many benefits that are just natural to us that we don't even think about them. Running water. I've got electricity. That's a big thing for me. We have indoor plumbing. We have grocery stores right around the corner, if not right next door. We have department stores. There are jobs. Whether you want to admit that there are jobs available or not, there are jobs available. You may not like the options, but there are jobs available. I see signs all the time. Help wanted here, help wanted there. We are so picky, and we are so particular, and we are so entitled that we don't think about those. They don't count because it's McDonald's. Oh my gosh, I'm not working at the grocery store. Are you kidding me? But they're jobs. They're jobs. So, you know, the thing is, and the point in me saying all of this is that I'm seeing an awful lot of negativity from folks. Myself, friends, family, people I don't even know, that are so upset about how bad they've got it that they don't realize how good they've got it either. And that's unfortunate because we have so much to be thankful for. We have a roof over our heads, we have running water, we have electricity, we have indoor plumbing. I can get up out of my cozy bed in the middle of the night and go pee, and it's 5 steps down the hallway into a bathroom that has walls and a ceiling, electricity and running water. And I don't have to worry about fighting off the squirrels or the coyotes or the snakes or the raccoons or anything to do it. I can just go. It's something to be thankful for. It seems like so much and it seems so trivial. But, you know, there are a lot of folks in this world that don't have those luxuries. And think how incredible it would be to live in America where everybody has running water, and everybody has indoor plumbing, and everybody has electricity. And yet we're so upset that Starbucks didn't get our drink right, or someone cut us off in traffic, or any number of the things that we're upset about today. You know? And so I just want to wrap this up in saying, take a minute to step back and look at the wonderful, wonderful things that you've got going for you. That even though there may be bad things happening, and I'm not downplaying them at all. Bad things happen and it's difficult to deal with, and you know, life does throw you a curveball sometimes, and sometimes it kicks you in the butt. But that being said, there's always something to look forward to. There's always something good going on for you. So try really hard today to think about the positive things, to focus on something good that's going on. And at the very least, when you make contact with a stranger, smile and say hi. You have absolutely no idea what each other is going through, and maybe that person's having a really, really crappy day. Maybe life is really kicking them in the butt today. And you saying hi is the one good thing that they're looking for. Just a thought. Y'all have a wonderful day.